As Elisha begins his ministry, we see some of the mighty ways that God uses him. And the first miracle that we see in today's reading is the healing of Naaman. Now, Naaman was the commander of the army of Aram. Now, what did Elisha tell him in order for him to be healed? And how did he respond? I want to read to you 2 Kings chapter 5, verse 9 through 15. 2 Kings 5, beginning in verse 9. So Naaman came with his horses and chariots and stood at the door of Elisha's house. Then Elisha sent him a messenger who said, "Go wash 7 times in the Jordan, and your skin will be restored, and you will be clean." But Naaman got angry and left, saying, "I was telling myself, he will surely come out, stand and call on the name of the Lord his God, and wave his hand over the place and cure the skin disease. Aren't Abana and Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? Couldn't I wash in them and be clean?" So he turned and left in a rage. But his servants approached him and said to him, "My father, if the prophet had told you to do some great thing, would you not have done it? How much more should you do it when he only tells you wash and be clean?" So Naaman went down and dipped himself in the Jordan 7 times, according to the command of the man of God. Then his skin was restored and became like the skin of a small boy, and he was clean. Then Naaman and his whole company went back to the man of God, stood before him and declared, "I know there's no God in the whole world except in Israel. Therefore, please accept a gift from your servant." See Naaman's initial response? There in verse 12, he was angry. He was angry at Elisha for just saying, go and wash in the Jordan. He wanted a grand spectacle, some way that he could feel the miraculous. But his servants had a wise reply in verse 13. The servants tell him, "Look, if he would have told you to do something great and mighty, you would have done it. So why not do the ordinary?" We feel like so many times that we want the great and mighty. And that's where I feel like so many people are. They want the great and mighty. They want to hear from God. They want to see sights. They want to see miracles. They want to see revivals. They want to see the great and mighty acts of God. But we're missing him each and every day because they will not commit to the ordinary, to the daily time in the Bible, to regular church dependence, to prayer, to depending on him every day, to just coming to church all the time. And so don't miss him by looking for the great and mighty. See him in the ordinary. Be faithful in the ordinary to what he's called us to do already. Join me again next time as we continue reading God's Word.